So Dominic Pavlou of Goal Sports Software.
Yes.
We're here at the METexpo show in Sydney. So can you tell us a bit about the company, what it does, and what the software does?
Okay, so company Goal Sports Software was established in the year 2006. We are based in Czech Republic, Europe, and we started as an integrator of software and hardware. Actually, even until these days, we are doing these kind of things in Central European region, so Czech Republic, Slovakia, Hungary. We are still working on this platform, so we try to use like the third-party hardware equipment and do the complete like in-house let's say equipment for the central hungs, cubes, perimeters, all these kind of things. Whereas in abroad, like here in Australia or more remote countries, Northern America, Southern America, we are pushing the software only.
Okay.
So this is how we are working. We are actually here in this region. We are looking for, let's say, local partners, Australian partners. We would like support they work with our software. So this is the ideal scheme of the work, the scope of work. And the software is divided into like 4 parts, or we have like 4 major parts of groups of softwares, where first part is dedicated to the content management, so basically in-house production content management of LED screens, whether it's a fascia boards, perimeter screens, scoreboards, so all different kinds of LED screens, full in-house production from the very beginning to the very end of the game, including player presentation, all these kinds of things. The system is capable of. So
it's aimed, the end users are like sporting venues?
Sporting venues, clubs.
Yep.
This is exactly the end user customer for us. Then the second group is live production, again for in-house production, not for broadcast, but for in-house production, where we have, let's say, whole plethora of application from small installations to large ones, different kind of recording servers, switchers, replay, slow motion, all these kinds of things. Okay. The third group is statistics, where we basically have a timekeeping for different kinds of sports. At the moment we have around like 14 different licenses, as we call it, which includes also Australian football, rugby, football, obviously, different like indoor sports, basketball, handball, etc., etc. And the fourth group of softwares is like video analysis, focusing on the video analysis, where we especially have the VAR, video referee, which is quite a big thing right now. So this is the fourth group of our products what we have at the moment.
All right. I notice on the board here you've got, I guess it's a client list.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So what's I noticed there's everything from football to hockey. What's the range of sports?
Well,
and I guess does it matter?
Actually, in total, we have around like 123 at the moment, 123 installations, stadiums, arenas. Obviously, we probably mentioned the most renowned ones, the large ones, like the new Tottenham Stadium, FC Barcelona in Spain, in Europe, the Juventus in Italy, because these are the big names, and most of the people they know these big names. On the other hand, we never say never for any opportunity, so also like the small installations, small venues are nice, interesting reference for us. We're not a huge company and we don't pretend we are, so we try to operate on like different levels. And actually you might be surprised that sometimes even the small arenas are technically even more demanding than the large ones, some of them.
Okay, so I guess with a typical installation, how closely would the in-house team be working with, say, a broadcast provider like an OB truck? Are they taking feeds or?
Exactly. They, on one hand, they take the feed, typically the clean feed from the OB van. On the other hand, they can provide the broadcasters with the time code, typically from the game. So this is on 2 levels. The cooperation is there. Yeah.
Okay, and it does. Is the scope of the platform limited to the sport itself, or are there other aspects of crowd of the crowd experience, the audience experience?
Okay, so theoretically you can use it for different kinds of events. However, we are focusing on the sports, so sport is our main focus. But still, you have, let's say, integration of different areas. So we are focusing on social media also. We are focusing on like different kinds of like fun engagement, dynamic text, these kind of like nice advertisements where when you have like different kinds of LED screens working together, so the advertising might start on the scoreboard at the top of the stadium and might go down like to the fascia boards and down to the perimeters, to the ground level. So these are like different areas, but still we are focusing on the sport. So the sport is let's say everywhere.
Okay.
In our
and do you get down into the level of, say, the retail experience, like the concessions, the food, the digital signage, I guess?
Exactly, in the area of like IPTV and digital signage, this is the thing which we are, or the area we are handling at some of the installations, because we have like our own platform which we developed and which is implemented at few arenas and stadiums, especially in Europe. And we are also able to, like, let's say, handle the whole thing, and as you mentioned, the people can order the food and see the replays on their IPTV and still watch the central hung in the arena, so it can be the whole environment, whole infrastructure actually.
Okay, so you mentioned you were looking for local partners.
Yeah.
So what sort of skill sets would they have? So
the local partner should be let's say a person or a company who is working in a LED industry or sport industry in general, but the LED industry and the technological industry in sports is like the most closest one to what we are doing. So typically it would be a person like this or a company like this. And we are really keen at the moment to find a partner here in, let's say, the Australia region or New Zealand region, because this is the area which is actually not covered. We have one installation here which was done directly with the Launceston management, actually, who reached us some 1.5 years ago, and we done the installation for them.
And which venue is that? The
Launceston, so Hawthorn Hawks. But in general, like, we, let's say, support more the idea to have a local partner, because as I mentioned earlier, we are not a huge company and we cannot afford local offices and to pretend that we are everywhere in the world, because simply we are not. So we can do some level of support, obviously, but local partner is important. Okay,
and if people want to find out more information online, where do they go?
Yeah, so goalsport.software is our website, very simple. And you can find out more information there. There are also contacts to, let's say, me or my colleagues, the general ones, so it's very easy.
All right, thank you.